It's Minami, it's the closing ceremony. Have you had a good time? Are you just saying that because that's what you do every time somebody asks a question in these things? I thought so. So, thank you all for coming to the closing ceremony. We're going to start with a small apology for one of our events that didn't quite go according to plan. If we do that with P-Chan, we'll be here all night, so we'll just do the one that wasn't P-Chan related. Yes, can I have...
Can we have the working one?
Can I have talkie stick, please?
Hello! Hello!
Okay,
Don't stand up.
don't stand. Is that better?
Yeah.
So right. Me and my bunch of idiots are responsible for a couple of events this time. We did the laser tag on Saturday. Who went to laser tag?
Yeah.
Who wants us to bring it back?
Yeah.
Tough. No, we're going to bring it back. Okay, but our second event, our usual staple, is the Atasha Scalextrics Racing. And I'm a clot, and I forgot stuff. I forgot the bits that actually make the cars go, so that's the little triggers, and the power packs. Oh, and now it's been recorded for posterity. That's stupid. So yes, I'm a clot, I forgot stuff. The track, you know, we left the doors open so you can all have a look at it, because it's all got blinky lights on it for pink. If you don't race it, you'll be amused by blinky lights. But yes. If you want to go have a look at it, we'll open the doors, you can get pictures, we've got all the cars on it and all that. It looks really super. But it will be back next year, which means I'll have to evict someone out of my car to make room for it again. But if you want to race on it sooner, it will be at Amichibi, if anyone's going to there. But yeah, it will definitely be back next year, where someone may win a brand new car. That's not like that small. Maybe bigger. Right, so yes. Sorry for everybody that queued up for the event, and please do not kill me. But please send your death threats to @TideAlien at Twitter. Thank you very much. Please don't be too harsh on him. We don't want to be the con that had death threats sent to our event organisers.
It's not his Twitter account.
Not any more than usual. So this weekend, some of you may have ended up in a locked room on the 5th floor. That's not a sort of Shades of Grey thing. At least I hope it wasn't. So we had the very popular and in fact very, very good locked room puzzle, which our team failed dismally at. And I believe, I don't know where they've gone, but there you are. We have a couple of announcements from Matt.
Nope. Oh yeah, here it is. The rest of them are shy and I can't find one of them. No, it wasn't P-Chan. So, there probably are still some people up there, we've just left the room. So 23 groups undertook the challenge. In reverse order, the best 3. 3 people did actually escape. Well, 3 groups actually escaped. The 3rd place, 4 seconds remaining. Managed to complete all the puzzles. In 2nd place, we have 36 seconds remaining. And in 1st place, with a massive, because they came in like they were jumped up on caffeine and everything. They were going around all over the place with 2 minutes and 7 seconds. We have Gunstar, Vixen, Tafta Rose, Granny Gertrude, and Rudkun. It was the first time we've run it at a bit short notice. If you enjoyed it, we will consider running it again with even more fiendish stuff, because 3 people got out.
I have no idea what this is.
The other thing, this is the bag that contains all the puzzles. We spent a few weeks putting them together. We can't use them for next Minami because most of you know what they are, so we've considered
Okay,
to watch the auction mob.
Yes, for those of you who
want to solve these at your leisure, and believe me, it would take us our leisure if we tried, can we have can we have a go for somebody to sort of pull these out and hold them up?
I also forgot to mention, sorry though, we were actually raising money during the actual event as well, so you could pay to have hints. Some of you took it a little bit too long before you started coughing up your money. So we raised £33 in the actual room itself, and then we're just going to sell those afterwards.
Okay, so what we have here is the complete collection of the puzzles, the instruction sheets, basically all the bits you need to recreate the locked room experience in your own house apart from the locked room. So we'll start the bidding for this collection of classic Minamicon items at, so we say £5? £5? We have £5 down there. £10? £10, I can see lots of hands. Okay, 15, 20, 25. Oh, you all put on your hand. Oh, no, we've still got 25, okay. 25, 30, 30, 35, 40, 45, 40, and you've both put your hands down. Oh, that's 45, okay. Anyone for 50? 50? You can always sort of take your frustration out if you were one of the people who got killed in the locked room. 50, anyone? This is all for charity. I think we said that earlier, but I hope we said that earlier. So that's no one for 50, then we're going to go once at 45, twice, 3 times, sold for £45 to... Okay, so next order of business in the closing ceremony is, do we have any other cons who would like to come up and pimp their wares?
Hello.
Whether you want to or not.
Whether or not.
Yeah, not under duress or anything. Hello. Cool. Lots of people.
Hello.
Technology, it's great. Pen and paper works every time. Hi. We're up here to talk about a Japanese culture festival in the summer called Tokonatsu. Is anyone know? How many of you actually coming? That's why I'm up here, to try and convince you to spend your time at the Japanese festival. I mean, we're in the summer, obviously. The dates are the 14th and 17th of August. I'll come back to that in a bit. We're in a lovely boy campsite in Henlow in Bedfordshire. We've got lots of wonderful things in the field. We've got a Matsuri we run for most of the time. Traditional Japanese games get played there as well. Some fun, unusual stuff. A game called Attaku Royale. It's like Battle Royale with water pistols and whisks. You have to come to find out. Obviously we've got campfires, got barbecues, bits and pieces like that. Actually we've got some cosplay stuff as well, but I'm just going to pass you over to our cosplay organiser, because he knows better than, more than I do.
I hate you. So we've got an open-air masquerade, some really unique places where you can get like amazing photos. The campsite is beautiful. We've got lakes, trees, fantastic costumes. And we've also run kimono dressing. If you want to try that, we can teach you about kimonos. We've also got ready steady cosplay. You get an hour, we give you real fabric and real supplies. You actually make proper costumes and you'd be surprised at what you've made. It's really a lot of fun. I really recommend it. And I'm going to hide now.
I mean, we do have other things as well. I mean, we do run standard traditional gaming there as well, but the guy who's running didn't turn up this weekend, so that's great. We also have, you've probably seen the dance machines over in the games room. We have one of those in a field. Yeah, I have to sort of tip it upside down and empty all the grass out at the end of it. I mean, obviously got to talk about price. It's £42 for the weekend, but that does include all your food for the weekend and accommodation. You get plot to put a tent down.
Ish. But yeah, I mean, we're hoping, you know, to appeal to you guys, especially as it's something completely different. It's outside the norms of a hotel. It's out in the wilderness. It's absolutely fine. Everyone's really friendly, and all we can do is convince you to turn up. How many? No one yet. No one has. Meant to be selling it, not trying to convince people. We do have health and safety to appeal to, so violence is kept to a minimum. But definitely, I mean, it's obviously called Tokonatsu. It's spelled as you pronounce it, but our website's tokonatsu.org.uk. Definitely do come along. We've got the new campsite's great. It's a lot bigger than the previous one. It's a lot more connected as well. There's train services that come in, bus services. We even run our own bus service as well. Sorry? The campsite's called the Boyd Activity something. Boyd Campsite is what it shortens down to. It is on Google Maps this time, so you can actually find your way there, which is always great. But definitely, if any of you are interested, do have a look at the website. Come and find me. I'm going to be in the games room after this packing up, so come find me, find Foxy, see what we can try and do for you. But yeah, no, all we can do is hope that you want to come along. Although, I do want to say thank you to all of the Minami committee and all the volunteers that help out as well, because obviously we wouldn't be here without them. So let's give them all a round of applause. Just give that. Your face looks lovely. Anyway, thank you very much again for your time.
I'm just borrowing Talkie Stick again. Hello again! Hello. Since we're plugging cheap cons and all that, has anyone been to lovely sunny Plymouth? No. Would you like to go to lovely sunny Plymouth in not so sunny November? I trust you, it's lovely, but me and Muggins here, we're part of well, he's committee, but he drags me along. We're part of a little cult TV, sci-fi, anime / whatever goes convention called Armadacon. And it is the 13th to the 15th of November this year?
This year it's Armadacon 27, so we've been running for over a quarter of a century.
That's longer than Minamicon.
Yep, in fact that makes us one of the longest running conventions in the UK. But we have a very similar atmosphere to this convention, which is very friendly and welcoming. We even have...
You'll find most people in the bar.
Yeah, because that's uncommon at conventions. But we also have Scalextrics.
Oh yeah, we got our Scalextrics and the Quasar tag.
So at least if he forgets the stuff, he can drive home and pick it up. John will be running the Quasar for us. So if you enjoyed that, there's another excuse to come to a convention and do it again. Last year, we were very pleased to have some of our attendees actually work in the film industry, and they, using a script that was written by our attendees, filmed with professional film crews a science fiction film set at the convention. So this year we hope to be unveiling our fan film, Convention of Death, which might be slightly, well, it might be slightly similar in vein to something that Keith showed us yesterday.
Coming soon. Not to a cinema near you. But yes, that's a fun little convention down in Plymouth on the 13th to the 15th of November called Armadacon. More information can be found at the website, which is www.armadacon.org.uk. And yes, if you want an excuse to have your Doctor Who cosplay next to an anime character, you can, because we don't care, as long as you dress up in funny clothes. That's cool.
I think it's the only convention I can think of where I've seen anime characters stood next to Mystique, stood next to a giant Dalek.
Oh, remember when we had the Dalek in the elevator? That was funny, especially when the doors opened, there was normal people there.
Just reminded me of a story that happened some years back.
We've got no time for the story, we have to go. There's a closing ceremony, the con has to finish.
If you want to hear what happens when you've got a wedding in the same venue as a convention, come and ask me at the bar later.
Minamicon.org.uk.
Now this is an unusual film for me because I'm usually hiding at the back of this crowd and not sat in front of it. So the message is, don't shoot the messenger. I'll come back. Right, Kaleidocon is a brand new, spanking new UK convention, fusing gaming, sci-fi, horror, comics, anime and anything else we can throw at it. The convention will play host to a huge variety of events and activities, as well as bringing in some exciting guests, I hope, for our attendees to meet. Delegates will be able to discuss and experience their favourite fandoms, hobbies and tell in new ways with friends, make new enemies with old and new ones. Our venue is the sumptuous Radisson Blu Hotel lurking at the outskirts of Heathrow. Some will remember it many, many, many years ago, in which Kaleidocon attendees will be treated to 3 days of entertainment from the 2nd to the 4th of October 2015. Kaleidocon will have dedicated areas to make your gaming fantasies come true. Oh, that's going to be a good one. Retro, modern, traditional war gamers, I can see Ghibli coming up here, alike will be catered for and bucket loads of extra stuff that they won't tell me. There will be a vast array of panels and tournaments to get your teeth into, sign-in sessions courtesy of VIP guests, which they won't give me a list of, again, as well as stock room full of dealers that will extract your money from you by osmosis if you get near them. If you fancy more of a quiet life, convention quiet life, the screens will be set for traditional, that's good, movie nights featuring some of the most influential films, sci-fi, horror, fantasy, anime, and anything else we can find to throw at them. The round things off will be parties each night, for those who have boogied all the dance floors whilst the rest of us go collapsing the bar out of the way. Well, the games will remain open for all to enjoy. Thank you very much. Please come support this new convention, get it off the ground. If you Google Kaleidocon, it's a sitting duck at the top of it. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay, well, thank you to all those great events for coming up and introducing themselves and, you know, pimping themselves out remorselessly. I'm sure they're all fantastic. But, you know, obviously you need to come to Minami first. That's the important bit. So moving on, as you know, we've been collecting money throughout the weekend for the British Art Foundation, which is our con charity, and I'm very pleased to be able to announce that the charity auction has raised a grand total of £1,145 for charity. So thank you very much to everyone who bid in that and everyone who donated items. We're now going to try and get even more money for charity, as is traditional, by having Keith come up and accost me on stage. I think people would pay not to see that. Do you want my mic?
Yeah, on the topic of raising money, as you know, there's always a bit of a collection to raise some extra money for charity, and as a sort of extra reward for that, traditionally Minami, we do something a little silly, abuse someone, and we figure if we raise enough cash, I'm told there is a pretty bow and a pretty apron with P-Chan's name on it. So how much extra money do you think we should raise in order to inflict this on him?
Oh, let's see here. I mean, how many people are in this room? Maybe 100, 150. So everyone give £1 each, 150 quid.
Okay,
you understand I'm biased, I really want to see P-Chan in this.
Okay, if we hit 150 quid or more, you get to see P-Chan in this beautiful frilly apron and bow. So presumably there are gophers about to go round with bags to collect your monies. Give generously. Oh, the look you're giving me right now. It's a time-honoured Minami tradition.
Go ahead.
Take my money, take my money.
Dig deep, dig deep.
Shut up and take my money.
Got in the middle, go on.
That's all monies.
Yeah, you alright? My stuff, mate.
You'll notice that the charity collection box is sponsored by IAM
For reasons of nostalgia.
Take people's monies.
We may have bought 2 more Icon bags. In a sense, I've been hoisted by the old time.
How many petards does he have left? Because he's been hoisted by them many a time. But I think Pichan does hold the world record for being hoisted by the petard.
Yes, indeed. And it's very nice petard too that he has.
It's well formed.
Yeah.
I found it most pleasing to behold. And when the light catches it just right, oh, angels sing. They sing.
Oh, you just want a bag?
Okay, well let's if more gets raised. Yeah, if we hit say 300, he has to do a jaunty little dance.
Yeah, Pete's going to do a jaunty little dance.
A jaunty little dance, yeah, on his guitar.
He's looking at us with the best face ever. I wish we had the video.
This is a wonderful rare thing. So if we break 300 from the collection, he will do a jaunty little dance in this beautiful bow and his beautiful
I dropped something. No.
I've got the bright side, Pete. If you drink as much as you did last night, you won't remember it.
Ah, yes. Who was chunned at all prime last night? It was you.
Did Pete fall off the chair while sitting still then last night? That's quite impressive. Twice.
I'm going to count.
I believe dirt is being dug as we speak. Does Minami have PayPal? I don't know where's May. Does Minami have PayPal? Yes, we do. So should we be putting Pete's petard on Kickstarter then?
Help kickstart Pete's petard. Because he needs it, he needs help to do it. He needs all of your help.
Please donate generously.
Oh, really? Right.
Who's doing the count? Oh, I take it as the bags are gone and they're starting the count.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah. So we'll move on.
So yeah. So basically, if it breaks 150, he gets to wear that. If it breaks 300, little jaunty dance. I think if it hits 400, maybe a little song as well. I want to hear you sing, PJ. I want to hear that beautiful voice soar over the audience, taking us to places that we never thought we would imagine.
On the guitar.
So that implies that he will sing anyway, though.
Yeah,
we'll have a ponytail for the next. Yeah, cool.
A ponytail, yeah. Seems like a valid stretch goal.
Well,
you cannot stop this, Pete.
No. This is all about you now.
This is the advantage of me having become anonymous by leaving the country for 5 years.
That's a powerful pound you've got going. It's beautiful. Okay, so we're all waiting for the count. Do you have any other announcements?
I do have other announcements. So, firstly, feedback. Some of you came to the Minami panel, and we had a nice long discussion that went way over time, and it's kind of all very meta that when the Minami panel overruns. But Feedback, please give us feedback. Please email us feedback. Please put feedback on the forum. Please give us feedback over Twitter, social media, anything. Post. You can fax us feedback. Actually, I'm lying, you can't. But
Constructive feedback.
oh yeah, constructive feedback. Forgot that word, it's important. So,
I mean, if you thought it sucked, that's fine, but tell us why you thought it sucked so we can do something about it. Just going, it was shit, tells us nothing.
Yeah, you have to go, it was shit because P-Chan.
Our email account gets crashed by thousands of emails and just P-Chan sucks.
I like the way suddenly I found the line there, because suddenly had sympathy. But yes, feedback, please, feedback. Also, event submissions. So if you want to run an event, there's a submission form on the website. There probably isn't, because Meng won't have done it yet, but when Meng gets around to doing it, there'll be an event submission form on the website. Also, if you want an event, but you're not the person to run it, say something on the forum, send for feedback, we'll go and look for someone. So if you have a great idea for something, but it's not actually something you want to do yourself, like, for example, the dressing P-Chan up, please let us know.
He wants to do it. I can see it in his eyes. He's been waiting the whole weekend thinking, God, I really hope somebody puts me in a bow and apron at the end of it. That would be the perfect way to finish my weekend. 5 looks could kill.
So, yeah, continuing on. We have, every year, as you know, the convention is run by a board of very talented and very hardworking gophers. They do everything. They move chairs, they move tables, they sit on doors, they run video rooms, all sorts of things. So in a celebration of their hard work, every year we award a prize that, in memory of our late treasurer, Ewan Crystal, is known as the Ewan. This is a gopher who has performed outstanding services for the convention. And this year, you may have noticed last year, I'm saying this from some people who weren't actually here last year, but I've heard, that nothing actually got recorded. You know, there were no records. Last year's Minami was erased from history.
I recorded some stuff.
Oh, okay. You recorded some stuff. Please delete it so that the thought police know. But this year, that hasn't happened. This year's Minami will be recorded for posterity. Yes. Everything has been recorded, including Pete last night. Yes, this year we have remembered to push the button. Or more specifically, D. Hunter, who has come all the way from Australia just to make sure that we have records of Minami for future generations to stare in awe at, has come and done this for us. So this year I'd like us to award the Ewan to D. Hunter, wherever she is. I can't actually see her.
Thank you. Unfortunately, I will not be able to afford to come back next year, so everyone at the camera would really be grateful if you could do it so I don't have to come all the way across the country in 2 years. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much for all your hard work throughout the convention.
Oh, God help me.
And of course, that isn't to diminish in any way the hard work of everyone else who's been working for the convention. As it's mentioned in passing there, we have all the gophers, we have all the event organisers who run all the wonderful events that people have been attending, we have the dealers, we have a special thanks to the crew from DDR UK who've run our games room for the whole weekend. And of course all of you attendees, because if you weren't here it would be a really sad convention with us all running events to empty rooms. That's kind of a nightmare I have.
It has a certain nihilistic charm to it.
Yeah, when I say nightmare I mean like sort of black history. So yes, please give yourselves a round of applause. Okay, so oh, hang on. Okay, so I'm informed that we're at £390 and counting, so we're going to start the hoisting and then we'll add the stretch goals as the counting progresses. So if you could come to the front.
Well, I've just been informed that somebody donated £50 over PayPal, so we've broken 400.
Is the power of the interweb at work there. The suggestion I was making, do it naked. I think there might possibly be legal issues with that.
I mean, if anybody else is thinking about PayPaling, the address that you send that to is... Yeah, but remember to put in the note when you make the payment that it's for charity, okay? So it gets
or for Pete getting dressed up.
But do mention the charity thing, but it's registration at minamicon.org.uk. So that's what you need to use if you want to PayPal anything for this. So, I mean, they're still counting, but we've obviously gone through our first few stretch goals, so let's get you up here and make you so pretty.
Do you have any last words, Pete? No.
Ready? Stop. It's like on every delivery.
Yeah, does anyone have any makeup? Tuck her up, Pete.
I think we should have a stretch goal where for every £1 that's donated above a certain threshold, Pete has to wear it for another minute before he's not allowed to take it off.
I like that idea.
Just think, if you donate enough, he could be well into next week before he's... Oh, Pete has whiskers now. He's turning into a berry. Magical fairy cat Bill Pete.
Such sights I have seen at this convention. Such sights. You working hard where you're doing. It's beautiful the way the community comes together for such inspiring goals.
And at next year's charity auction, we will be selling framed prints of this.
I can't move that.
The pose says meow, the face says rage.
People may be interested to know DDR UK have just donated £150. Yeah, you've got to do the jaunty dance. Come on. A jaunty one. Come on. Towards the audience, come on. Come on, a jaunty dance around the room. Skip around the room.
What? That's falling off.
That's, yeah, I think you have to continue.
Lock the door, he's making a run!
You must share the love.
I've blanked out my mind, so I actually didn't know how it goes.
We've just had a suggestion float through to us for another stretch goal. If we hit £600, apparently Ben's going to be given the...
Can I make a guess as to where this suggestion came from?
The audience.
Bastards!
Yeah, but what's the total at the moment? What's the running total? Do we know?
Over 600.
Support yourself, Ben.
I never asked to be hoisted on people's arms.
Dressing up.
I think you need makeup as well.
Makeup crew, assemble.
Oh, Jess.
Oh, isn't this wonderful?
Now, would you like to be a mouse? Yes, I think you need to be a mouse.
Oh, yeah. Lovely.
Yes, I think I do. I think I need some lovely assistance. Come on, girls. Come on.
Oh, we've got somebody coming.
Come on, Sherry. Help me out here. Wow.
All hands.
You already helped enough as it is.
We have the rest of you. Do you need more
Oh,
pork?
yes. Fancy going out for dinner? Oh, yeah.
1 second.
I'm taking his coat off.
I served my time last year. No. The audience is already getting what they want. If we break 800, fine.
Do we need more donations?
Do we have a final total yet? No, oh God, you're still counting.
So you match.
You've left it to me. Oh, is this news? Is this news? 460 in cash plus 200 from PayPal. So 660. Well, what? What?
That's why internet is a bad thing.
Internet is
You're quite a sight.
I feel like I'm, my phone inside is hang on. That's a mouse.
You can maybe.
It was a mouse.
Ben.
I just thought if we get all three of them, we can get them posing like Charlie's Angels and sell it as a
It hasn't hit 800 yet.
Yes!
For that, thank you.
Somebody can make one.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. What is this shoddy workmanship?
Such insults.
Just don't do anything that will make me have to go to casualty like this.
That's an idea.
You super glue.
What were you doing this evening? Nothing.
The same thing we do every night.
Try to run a convention.
There's a dress if we hit 800.
What's the total?
What is the total? 250 PayPal.
Oh God, 250 on PayPal.
60 in cash. Plus 250 on PayPal.
710.
So 710, so another 90.
90 quid!
There's a pound on the floor. Another 20.
730.
What's the next stretch goal here?
800 to...
750.
Lang, Alan wants both of that. I will definitely.
Pete's gone into the bidding war.
800 apparently.
Where's the wings? Wings! Wings! Wings!
Once someone might want to point out that we just
So yeah, if we get another £55, we will actually have hit 2,000 for our overall charity total, which would be astounding. What do we do for that? Or pretend this never happened.
You know that
actually, that's a very good point. Can we just stop the recording now? I know that you got the prize for recording and all, but just stop recording, please. Actually, I've just come to the horrifying realisation that my wife isn't here, but if this is going on YouTube, then oh my god.
So how much is it worth in the charity thing for me not to publish this video?
Have you guys donated?
He just donated. I put money in the bag.
What's the stretch goal target to have you wearing this in the wrap-up meeting with the hotel tomorrow?
if we do that, we may not be allowed back next year. I know you all, got the forms and all, but
my god, he's injured.
Where's the dress? Where's the on its way? On its way.
Yeah, you see, I'm normally, moved by the ingenuity of anime fans, but there are moments when I wish I wasn't. Are you wearing a cake on your head?
I have no idea what I look like.
Impressive.
Wow. Oh, thank you. Oh, wow.
Go on then.
Who would have imagined that Pete's petard could extend this far?
Yeah, who does have a collection of bows on the bar?
You obviously haven't met the combos.
Wow.
Oh, you're right, they're all Minamicon bows. It's themed. We're actually all, well, I don't know what I'm wearing, but you guys are wearing Minamicon bows.
Yeah, so are you?
That's corporate sponsorship for you.
that big corporate
Charlie's Angels pose.
White
God, no, you see, it's great because before I went in here, my wife was saying, I'm not sure if I should go to the closing ceremony or not. Is anything interesting happening? I'm like, nah. You don't. Thank God.
Thank you for reminding me. I think what's going on?
Call her down.
I've got a slightly better approach.
Go.
Actually, I'm going to follow it.
Yeah, come on, get Claire. Come on, get Claire.
So this is taking the closing ceremony into the ritual humiliation ceremony. Which, I was entirely on board with until I was included.
Small for Claire.
just sent to us on Facebook.
It's already on Facebook.
Now, I better not find that in your personal collection, Tom. So, you know the collection I mean.
No, what I'm staring at you right now, if any of these pictures comes up in work, you will get fired.
Yes!
That is not an empty threat. I just thought it was stretch goal, everyone.
I like my job.
Thanks, wife. My wife, ladies and gentlemen.
You're welcome.
Wigan man.
How do you Your own or someone else's?
Yes. What are you watching? This is someone else's. Pay attention. Oh.
I'm trying very hard to blank out everything that is happening right now.
You did say blank. Brilliant.
You are not succeeding.
We're waiting for your dress.
Oh, I see, I see. Do we have an ETA on that? Is there any other
Do we
announcements
have
that need to be
an
made?
address ETA? There are, but yeah, I can't be asked.
Yeah, do we have a combined total yet?
From my side,
Jesus Christ.
That's PayPal.
400 and what?
Sorry, is that PayPal? Alone?
Yeah. PayPal was the cashier.
Apparently there's an anonymous donation for someone to make sure that Ben's wife gets pictures of this.
And that's the last we ever heard.
This is Peter walking off to try and
That was from initial database.
Sorry, sing it.
If there's any consolation, you look adorable. And you've done something good with your life now. There is a lot of money for you.
It's alright. Just super glue this to you. So you can stay like this for I might give that back to you by strangling it around your neck. I think it's just over there.
I ripped like we're in Wales right now.
That picture there with the cat walks around and the level.
I will not be wearing this to I'm not doing a presentation, I'm glad to say. I will not be wearing this to Concat, oh my god. Did you know actually that we discovered... so we did discover though that Comic Het Special actually has a clash with another event which is taking place basically beside us in the same venue. It turns out to be the Japanese National Cheerleading Championships.
Please dress as a cheerleader.
Can you imagine how that's going to work out? Oh yeah, actually I should say thank you for all of the things on the board. They're awesome. I have to confess, when the idea was first floated, I thought, yeah, we're probably going to get like 5 pieces of paper and 3 of them will be obscene notes. But we got a ton of really cool stuff. To the point where I think we may actually have to send it to Japan because it won't fit in my suitcase. So yes, thank you so much for all of the cool stuff. We will take it to Japan, we will put it on display. I will try and get photos, responses, whatever else that we can bring back and do at the next Minami. It's awesome. Thank you everyone.
Okay guys.
The Powerpuff Girls!
Once again, they will say face 2.
Like this.
No.
The Charlie's Angels!
Don't you just love us?
No, we just want you to stay like that.
Maybe more.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Change it over. Oh, there's a total. £939 and 92p. Well done, people.
That is a truly amazing amount of money to charity by Charlie's Cancer Strikes Back.
I think that's a workable anime right there.
Just needs a few more panties. No.
On the plus side of those outfits, Simp, I will definitely notice you.
Okay, so we actually have a combined total £2,084.32.
Wow.
at the cost of 3 people's human dignity.
We've been going to Minamicon for how many years? There's no dignity.
Now you mention it, yes.
I'll get the
That's why he doesn't come back.
Yeah, so he's going to disappear for another 5
I'm going to run away to
years
Japan
now.
for another 5 years now. Yeah, you can do it to Rob next year. Do it to Rob next year. Okay, so I think we should probably wrap this up. It's probably the longest closing ceremony we have ever done. So just a few minor announcements to make. I'm afraid they're all the boring variety. No, wait, the first one isn't boring.
We'll save that to the end then.
Okay, right, fine. I'll do it that way around. Iron Artist people, if you want your Iron Artist stuff, it's somewhere at the front of the room here. I don't know where exactly. It's probably over there. But yeah, if you want your Iron Artist stuff, come to the front of the room after the closing ceremony is finished. Lost property, if you have lost property, then you should go to Ops on the 5th floor as soon as humanly possible to pick it up. Also, we have 2 uncollected bring and buy items. That is items from Tiffany Cott and James Riddler. Again, if you could go to Ops as soon as humanly possible after the closing ceremony and pick those up. And yes, the non-boring thing. Minamicon next year. You have all registered, haven't you? Has anyone not registered? Oh, you're bad people. You need to be made to cross-dress.
Don't worry, they'll have precisely 30 seconds to register when you open up Reg next year.
That is the thing. You can avoid having to sit and press F5 and crash our website by coming up to the front of the room after we finish the closing ceremony, and men will be taking your money for registration here and now, so you can get to the head of the queue. And finally, undo typing, bollocks off. That brings our closing ceremony to an end. As you know, this is sort of a really badly named closing ceremony, so we're not actually closing. I don't quite know why it's like that. Shit, if you go away for 5 years, everything goes to shit. After this, the Retro OK will be running in the dealer's room, which is that way. Unlike Pete's insanely over-optimistic schedule, it will not, I'm afraid, be running until about 4 in the morning. But we'll be running from 7 PM till 9:30. If you're not up for Retro OK, then the Kotatsu Lounge will be in ERs 1 and 2, which, oh god, the walls have moved, I have no idea where they are. Oh, it's here, right, fine. Which is here.
Right now.
Where I am standing right now, right here, there will be a Kotatsu. So that will be running, I don't know when that will be running, but it will be running this evening, until midnight I think it is. And that brings us to a close. So, what day? Oh yeah, I wrote that down and then I didn't read it out, sorry, an idiot.
Professional.
Professional, consummate professional here, standing in my cat ears and God only knows what else. The 4th to the 6th of March. I could tell you how much it costs, but I don't know. 50 quid, yeah. Nice round number. It's okay, he went, no. Okay, so that brings Minamicon to a close. Thank you all for coming, and at this point I would normally just shout some variant on fuck off, but we don't want you to do that because there's things after this which makes me confused, so just go away for a bit and then come back or go next door. Good night everyone.